Look, boys, something that's been bothering me for a little bit. Ever since the Islam versus JDM fight has been announced, I've been getting so many comments during my TikTok lives, during my YouTube shorts, everything. JDM is not beating Islam. That's the consensus from the MMA community, and I'm honestly gobsmacked, boys. Islam struggled against a 35-year-old Dustin Poirier. A 35-year-old Dustin Poirier, boys. Dustin scarred Islam for life. He won 2 rounds of that fight. JDM is way bigger than Dustin Poirier. His reach is way longer. His takedown defense is way better. Bilal trains with Islam. Not a lot, but he trains with Islam. He knows the Dagestani wrestling method. He knows the Caucasus wrestling method. And he used it against JDM. And no, we weren't able to see if JDM has good grappling or good jiu-jitsu because Bilal wasn't ever able to get him to the ground. JDM's takedown defense is so superb, we weren't even able to see how his wrestling is. Okay? Now you guys are saying, JDM went to decision with Gilbert Burns. He went to a decision with Gilbert Burns with a broken arm. JDM broke his arm in the fight and still made it to a decision. He won the fight. He pieced up Bilal so bad, his face looked like an absolute horror movie. Okay? Islam, in the last 2 years, in the last 600 and something days, we saw Islam fight ranked 10 Moicano, who he finished in the first round. Congratulations, you finished somebody who's ranked 10 in the first round. Great job, buddy. And then we saw him fight Dustin Poirier, who's 35 years old. We don't know how good Islam is, boys. They are cherry-picking his opponents. Now you're like, E-Rock, this is crazy, but bro, he fights once a year. The only real number 1 contender that he fought was for the belt. It was Charles Oliveira. Who else did he fight? Volkanovski twice, who isn't in his weight class. That first fight with Volk was amazing. I still give that to Volk, regardless of the fact. Okay, you knocked out Volk on short notice. And then what? What is this superb title reign that everybody is talking about? He is going to get exposed against JDM. Volkanovski did an absolute great job in the first fight against Islam Makachev on the ground, defending the chokes, defending the jiu-jitsu, defending the transitions. Do you know who did that for him? A dude named Craig Jones, a jiu-jitsu player. He's Australian, and he trains most of these Australian fighters. He's a part of the Volkanovski camp. You know who trains with Volk? You know who's a part of the Volkanovski camp? JDM. And their coaches have over 25 minutes of footage with one of their fighters, with Volkanovski, who you train with. You can ask him, how strong is Islam? What does Islam do in this position? What does Islam do in this position? You can really gain some knowledge from your teammate having a 25-minute long championship bout against your upcoming opponent. Who has JDM fought? I understand that. Gilbert Burns, right? And Bilal Muhammad. So he hasn't fought the cream of the crop in any division. But that striking that he displayed against Bilal Muhammad was perfect. If he just copy-pastes that game plan that he had against Bilal Muhammad into this fight against Islam Makhachev, he's fine. He won. Boys, I don't even think that this fight is going to get to the ground. I don't think that Islam is going to be able to take JDM down. I understand you guys are going to say, this is just going to be Hamzat versus DDP all over again. That's what you think. DDP didn't have a teammate who was the best featherweight fighter of all time, who also fought against your current opponent, and who knows the game plan. He felt Islam. He know the game plan is to hold you down. Islam is not a dominant striker. Sure, he was in the second Volk fight, but Islam is not a dominant striker. He is striking so you can forget about the takedown threat, and so he can take you down and smother you on the ground. JDM seems to have his hands high, have a closed guard, and whenever he sees you level change, he's going to level change with you, and you can't get to his hips. Focus up, camera. But I seriously don't understand. I don't understand a few things. Why is Islam so megally overhyped? Number 1, what are we doing here? And number 2, why is nobody giving JDM a chance? Why? I don't understand it. JDM, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. JDM went through Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad trains with Islam Makachev. Islam had a terrible night out against Dustin Poirier. Against Dustin, who's primarily a striker with terrible takedown defense. He got taken down and didn't really know what to do there, brother. Tapped almost instantly, brother. Are we being serious here? JDM, I cannot wait for you to prove these fools wrong, okay? Show that Craig Jones is the answer to the Dagestani wrestling, to the Caucasus wrestling method, right? And to just shut all these Khabib pull riders up. Once Islam goes away, we are never going to be seeing another Dagestani Caucasus region fighter so overly hyped. These dudes fight once a year, they get cherry-picked opponents, and that's it. And that's it. Don't forget, we don't think we forgot about your little rehydration scandal, Islam Makachev. Not going to matter. You're moving up to a weight class that is 15 pounds heavier than 155. You are going to be a small man in that octagon with JDM. You are. Now, if you can get on top of him and get on guard or side control, yes. Yes, Islam wins via smash. Do I see him getting there? No. No, I don't. JDM, unanimous decision. 50-45 is my prediction right now as in September 2nd. We have about 60-something days. It's really not that far out when you really put it into perspective like that, but that MSG card is right around the corner. Right around the corner. I cannot wait for Islam versus JDM, boys. I am excited. Is it the fight that I'm looking forward to the most right now? No, I would have to say that's Yuri versus Roundtree. But that's my own personal bias. That's my own personal bias. Will I make more content for JDM versus Islam or Khalil Roundtree versus Yuri Prohaska? This video should answer that question for you. But JDM, via unanimous decision, absolute pure striking domination. He's going to keep the distance, fight off of the back foot, and Islam's going to be left there scrambling for a takedown, trying to get in range, and just mindlessly walking forward and eating unanswered punches. A man can dream, huh? Anyways, boys, JDM, please figure this out. Please, brother. Call Craig Jones immediately. CJI2 is over. Get that man on a plane back to Australia and tell him to show you how to do that buggy choke, because that's perfect. Islam's on side control. Crack him with the buggy choke. Put him right out. All right, boys? I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I honestly appreciate all you guys. Seriously. If you're watching my video for a second, if you watch it all the way through, if you like, if you comment, if you're just watching the TikToks, if you're just watching the lives that we do, anything, it honestly means a lot. Peace out, boys.